Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of Random Wisdom. I am your host, Ashton Tunes. It was brought to my attention that on a few episodes I say both. So shit, whatever one you want to call me, that's solely up to you. I really don't care. I am both of those people. Um, One just raps, and the rapper raps about the real life of Ashton. So that's synonymous. We the same person. So whatever one you rather call me, that's cool. I'm still getting adjusted to actually, introducing myself each show. So I may say different names because I go by different names in different settings, but I'm still the same human being. Um, Thank y'all for the feedback that y'all have been giving over the last couple shows. Thank y'all for engaging. It's a pleasure, man, for me to be allowed into y'all ears, so I'm totally grateful. Um I mean, I don't know the words to even say. Like, I'm super duper grateful and blessed that y'all would even listen to what I have to say. This is not a podcast where I'm giving you advice on how to maneuver through life. I'm really just sharing my story with you, really as a journal. So I'm super grateful that y'all tune in and listen to me share my story. But also, I like to listen to y'all share y'all stories based off of the episodes that y'all hear. So I'm grateful, man. If you're a first time listener, welcome here. If you back for the third time, fourth time, whatever, whatever episode this is, shit, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I can't be more grateful to just be again in y'all ears. So I appreciate it. Um, yeah, so today we're gonna have a great show. We're gonna touch on a few topics. I'm gonna do my usual, give you the moral of the story, and hit you with some random wisdom at the end of this joint. But I recently been having interesting times in life. Just retaining knowledge. I've been experiencing just a multitude of things happening at once. Receiving information, giving information, um, just being a part of the cycle of life. I'm learning different things about myself and different people, and I wanted to come share that today. Um, just recently, I kicked it with one of my homies. We make a ton of music together. We actually working on a project. We had some real intricate, deep conversation yesterday, and it really, honestly, sparked what today's um podcast would be about. So today's topics that we're going to get into, and I want these to kind of really take up majority of the conversation because it's a needed conversation, and it's happening in real time. So today we're going to touch on a few topics, and I want to know, once y'all hear this episode, um, what's your feedback on the things that we're talking about today? And I say we because I feel like I'm talking with y'all when I say this. So I want to have y'all's opinion, y'all theories, y'all facts. You know, I'm open to hearing exactly what y'all have to say or believe or know about any topic that I have to say. So yeah, man, I can't wait to share the topics with y'all. But I tell y'all about my weekend before we dive into the topics that we're talking today. Or tell you not necessarily my weekend, but just you know what I've been experiencing. So I've been making music, um, taking my girlfriend, my fiance rather. I got to get used to saying that word. I've been saying girlfriend for so long, I forget sometime that I'm actually newly engaged, because it all feel the same to me. Like it's not like this thing that clicks and you like, oh, I'm engaged. Like just over a couple days ago, I went to an 80s party. Somebody asked me like, how does it feel to be engaged? And I don't know, it feel regular. Like I was all in my mind, I was already this before I bought the ring. I wasn't nervous to buy my girlfriend, my fiance a ring. Um, yeah, like I was like, okay, I'm in love. Like this is the next process. Like it's not a scary thing, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I wish I could do that shit like every other week though. I said that on the previous podcast, but it's just a cool thing to do. But yeah, man. So I just been gaining knowledge and listening to the things that people have to say. Checking out podcasts over the couple weeks, listening to music, and just been gaining perspective on life. I just been gaining perspective on the current state of the world, the current state of music, the current state of my life, the current state of my mental health, um, indulging in conversation with friends and my fiance about the current state of their mental health. Um, so yeah, over the last couple of weeks, I just been really being I've been being studied as well as studying others and trying to see how could we coexist and help each other or receive or gain from each other's different experiences in life. And one of me, like I said, me and my friend came over to record some music, and we just had deep conversations about all types of shit. So that prompted today's show and the topics that we gonna dive into. So without further ado, I'll let y'all know what the first topic is actually gonna be. Today's first topic is artificial intelligence versus authentic intelligence. Artificial intelligence versus authentic intelligence. So, artificial intelligence is the creation of man that is a more quote unquote advanced side of intelligence. Now that's solely up to the person who is competing against artificial intelligence to say if that form of intelligence is more intelligent than them. That's where the authentic intelligence comes in at. AI has been around for a while. I remember the first remnants. I hope I'm saying that right. I hope that's the right word too. I remember the first renderings of uh, AI. Um, to my knowledge, AI started with uh, answering service. So say like when you call someone on the phone back in the day and they say this number is no longer connected. Please hang up and dial again. Or the start of it could be, to my knowledge, some people may go back a little further, but I look at the automated services, the press fives and the press one for the lobby or press two. I think that was the first rollouts of AI back in the 90s, because it defeated actually talking to an actual human being. Um, I'm not sure if most people look at it like that, but maybe after hearing this, that probably would make sense. That's the first time I was like, okay, and I'm a young kid at the time. Like, for some reason, I always been like a young nigga that was tapped into just, oh, like I've been tapped into awareness. Like, I'm not gonna say I knew shit, like I was like a boy genius or no shit like that. Like I was stupid as fuck, but like I used my awareness. Like I had awareness as a kid, like early. I knew the difference between right and wrong. I know when an adult did some shisty shit. I'm a kid. I can't process it and articulate it and shit, but I was a kid that was aware. So I was pretty much aware early of AI becoming a thing. I remember um, after the Trade Centers tragic events on September 11th, I remember sort of a rollout for, at the time, what was called Big Brother, which now people refer to as CCTV. And I actually just learned that CCTV is actually Big Brother. Um, the rollout of surveillance. Um, there's a guy named Edward Snowden, who exposed the NIA, or the NSA, sorry, the NSA, for their surveillance operations that they have going on their own citizens, which is inhumane. Um, but yeah, he's like in asylum somewhere in like another country. So he's like he exposed the information. He was a whistleblower, and he exposed that information, and then he went to another country. Wherever he at, I pray he blessed. Because doing something like that, that is a tall task. You're putting your life on the line for the well-being of people. um I don't want to get too religious, but if anything is Jesus like, I would believe that would be certainly Jesus like. So I commend anybody that will and has sacrificed their freedom and life to give the people knowledge of what is happening around them. And AI is something that is happening around us. It's happening right in front of us. It's happening on our phones. It's happening on the TVs. Now it's finally reached our ears, and it's happening in music. And they're even having a fight for that. So it's AI is a thing that could change our humanity. But we can't let it change the humanity where it becomes a fighting force against us. I'm all for a new life. I'm all for um discovering new paths. I'm all for discovering new mindsets if they can work together and not bicker or argue about what who's doing. If we aren't doing anything illegal or trying to harm each other, I think the beliefs shouldn't be fought against. Um, if that makes sense. Like, I look at that as our authentic intelligence. Like, we have the intelligence to decipher as human beings right from wrong. AI has to be programmed to know right from wrong, but AI is programmed off of the minds of regular people. So AI only takes information that actual people have processed and gained. So really, with AI, you can get a skewed um, idea of what life is. So AI could technically be adjusted to whatever the belief system is. And I think at some point AI will be used as a weapon of mass destruction. I think AI will be used as a weapon for terrorism instead of positive change in the world. I do see that AI has created tons of different medical discoveries over time as well. So there will be good that comes from AI. But if the creators of AI um, decide to go with the human agenda that has been going on for tons and tons of years, I do believe that AI will be used as a force of destruction. And with our AI, humans, which is the authentic intelligence, we must combat and fight that force. Um, because we will be the enemy of the artificial intelligence. Um, I personally believe, or not, let me not say believe, personally theorize that there isn't any aliens. AI is the alien. AI is the extraterrestrial being. AI is um, the advanced technology of the pyramids. Now, I'm not saying that this is true information. This is just what I theorize. This is what my observation has shown me throughout my time of gaining and receiving and being aware of information. So don't crucify me for what I theorize. If you have new information, I do recommend you to share that information with me, um, because I do want to be enlightened and I do want to become a lot smarter than I was yesterday. So please share that information with me. But I believe that AI is aliens. I believe that is the force that they're showing us. Um, we've never seen an actual alien. I think the images that they show us, uh, maybe possible, but when you're dealing with a government of any sort, you have to be careful about the imagery they show you because they are protecting themselves from foreign threat. Because this same quote unquote enemy could be used as a weapon to attack. So it's all a strategic plan in my theory. But AI is aliens. Um, UFOs are advanced technology. Speed deals with technology. Um, the crafts that people say they saw, um, they all deal with technology. Um, I do think there's other form of life that has been found, but I also believe that that other form of life exists in actual being form, and it's on land. I think there's new lands out there that have been found as well. I'm not a flat earther. I'm not a person that believes it's a sphere. I'm just a person that believes that I don't know enough to even say that I believe something. I just know that I know enough to know I know nothing at all. So I'm very open to listening. I just go off of what I'm aware of, what I've experienced, and what I've seen. That's what random wisdom is. This is not uh the end all be all, or I'm not saying that this is the truth. Some things that I will say up on this podcast will be actual truth and factual information that you can look up. But this particular topic today is strictly my theory. And if you indulge in this theory or you believe this theory, like I said before, I want to hear. Um, but we have to figure out how to balance AI, authentic intelligence, as well as artificial intelligence. First off, we must take the word artificial for what it is. It's fake. It's not real. So AI should never outsmart you as a person of knowledge. Especially if you were here before AI, it should never outsmart you. So I shouldn't see uh 35-year-olds or 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds being confused by AI. You've been on earth long enough to know what AI is and what it's capable of. Um, I also believe that we shouldn't fear AI. We should learn AI. Um, we're in a space now where we have information at our access. Um, some people complain about AI. It's making pictures that look like actual people. Some people make those pictures that look like actual people. They don't have a problem with it. I'm not saying that the people who actually have a problem with AI shouldn't, but to dismiss it and not acknowledge it that it doesn't exist will probably do more harm to you than it would good, because now you're fighting a force that you know nothing about. As much as you're fighting, this force is actually advancing. So it's best that we get on top of figuring out AI and learning how to control AI, because right now we have the information and the access to control AI. Um, so we have to, like, we have to get on top of controlling AI, and being one with AI and trying to figure out how could we advance society with AI. Remember, we have the authentic intelligence. AI is just intelligence that came from us. All of these social media platforms, phone companies, um, digital streaming service, all they do is sell data. Um, the biggest currency right now is data, and um also a part of transforming AI. The world is about data now. I think data is more important than money at this point, cuz data is infinite of infinity. It can go on forever and ever. Data changes every day. So um they're collecting our data. They want our data. You fill out a job application, your data is submitted online. A lot of companies say that they aren't selling data. They are. It's the business. Um, I really think America could possibly be prosecuted for this at some point, because this has to be legal. They're selling your private information. They're lying to you, telling you they don't, but you wind up seeing them in court and they're selling your private information. So we have to get on top of the monster of AI, because AI is just our data. AI could possibly change the course of history as well. It could eliminate history, but for sure, it's going to damn sure make history. Um, Friend of mine, we were talking, and he was saying that he's a huge history buff. And I was like, I respect people who go back and uh, research the history. But after you find out the history of everything that you wanted to find out the history of, when do you move forward? Because you can still know the history, but you're behind on what's new. Um, I personally think you should engage in both at the same exact time, because today you're making tomorrow, but tomorrow only happened because of yesterday. Ooh, I said that fire. Y'all like that. Today you're making tomorrow, but tomorrow only happened because of yesterday. And that's what's going on. So we must focus on history, but also focus on the future. Like, I'm a guy, I don't, how could I say this without coming off offensive and crazy? I don't necessarily subscribe to, like, knowing old information about Black history. Like, I learned Black history for uh I don't know, the last 30 years of my life. My dad was super into Black history. He came from the Panther era, Jim Crow era. So he taught me a lot about Black history, the origins of Blackness, the about the pyramids. He taught me about what happened when we got here. He taught me about what happened before we got here. Um, Even what was going on while we were settled in America. I know about a ton of different civil rights people. I know about a ton of different inventors. I know about a ton of different things that we as people, not just black people, but we as people have done over time. Um, I know the first existence of a man. Um, but me knowing that now, I want to know what could possibly be the ending existence of man. What can we do to stop that? Because I've been here for 30 years. 30 years to go 100 years back and hundreds of years back, that's knowledgeable information that you could receive, but what do you do about the future? And that's where my authentic intelligence kicks in and says, figure out what's new, but you don't have to indulge in it. You don't have to become it. I'm on TikTok now. I'm not on there doing the dances. I do get on there and talk, share my thoughts on certain things that may be going on, just to share information with people across the world. They reflect thoughts, and I'm not trying to be the greatest TikTok ever. I mean, I just seen lady Risa Tisa. Congrats to her. Telling her story about a guy that she married. Who the fuck did I marry? Which now she's having all types of spinoffs. So TikTok and shit can be used for like to do amazing shit. Like it's actually one of the greatest tools that has ever been presented in the world. Like in the existence of inventions, TikTok is one of the greatest inventions of our time. Um, but I also use my authentic intelligence as I'm on there. I'm not just focused on the AI. I'm learning about the history of the new, the past, the future, the could be, the shouldn't be, the would be, the maybes, the hows, the whys. Like I am indulging in every single thing so I can have an idea of who is out here in society with me. Um, I'm super grateful that I'm able to uh gather information freely. I remember as a kid, I had to go to libraries and read books. I would get books about NFL players, basketball players, because that's just what I was into at the time. Um, but I wouldn't get books about it unless my dad made me do a Black History report. My dad would just make me do like random Black History reports on random people. He's like, yeah, do y'all learn about Stokely Carmichael in school? Well, I'm gonna teach you about Stokely Carmichael. I want you to go check out a book today about Stokely Carmichael. Like, all right, I just used to have to do random book reports and shit. But it actually shaped my knowledge of what's going on. And nowadays that's right there in your fingertips on TikTok. Like you can literally type in whatever you want on TikTok and somebody's giving information out on that particular topic on that. And that's amazing. The fact that we have knowledge right at our fingertips, which is also a part of AI collecting data. So you're part of the system, even though you're not aware of the system. So why not become aware of the system? Um, I think that most people feel what's the word like bombarded or like being too consumed with the world can cause you to spiral out, look crazy. um but most people can't fathom new information. They're just stuck on their belief. But when you hit someone who has this great belief with facts, it can truly fuck them up if they don't understand that facts and belief are two different entities. One is from your mind, one is an actual fact. It actually is proven. This is truth. This is not a theory. This is not belief. This is not hearsay, folk tales. This is actual truth. This is what happened. And some people can't fathom that. And that's the people that have a problem with the authentic intelligence. I think that reaching for higher heights as an individual, um, as a person that's seeking information, can do something for you positive mentally if you seek new information. Now, you don't have to go down the wormhole every day and just wreck your brain on trying to find out new information, but at some point find out new information, read a book, watch a video, study the now, the then, the future, and the past. But in this battle of authentic intelligence versus artificial intelligence, the authentic intelligence must win the battle. You can't let the artificial intelligence win because it's artificial. Remember, it's artificial. There's artificial food coloring. It's not the real thing. It's made up. We collected data and we made a formula to change this or manipulate this. So we must figure out how to combat artificial intelligence and use our authentic intelligence. I hope we can get there as a society. I hope we could get there as a people and figure it out, because at some point, artificial intelligence will be used against us in an authentic way. So we must learn it and figure out how to compete with it because they're rolling it out in ways that will manipulate the job system, everyday life, and even our existence. So let's not get rid of AI, but let's figure out how we can work hand in hand with AI because AI doesn't have to be the enemy. I do think at some point it will be used to become the enemy, but we have the chance to fight that and figure that out right now. So let's use our authentic intelligence to defeat or work with artificial intelligence. You heard? So moving forward, um, I want to touch on another topic. We're gonna only do two topics today. We usually do three. Sometimes I do one, but we're gonna do two today. Now this one is pretty important to me because I am the guy that does this, and I've made it my business to be this guy. Um, I don't know why I became this guy, but I became this guy, and any of my friends know that I am this guy. All of my friends have gotten a text from me that says, "Peace, God. Hope all is well." All of my friends have gotten a text that says, "Peace, God. Hope all is well." I address every man as a God. If I'm talking to a woman, I would address her as goddess. I do believe that we flow on the level of godism, especially if you are black. We're the first. That's non-debatable. That's a fact. But yeah, I do address everyone like that just to check on them. So today, this second topic is checking on your friends. Um, how often do you check on your friends? How often should you check on your friends? Do your friends actually want to be checked on? Do your friends check on you? Are you the person that checks on your friends? Um, I'm that person. I don't know why I'm that person, but I care about the well-being of people ex- who've existed in my presence. If we have phone numbers, I just may randomly text you and say, "Peace, God. Hope all is well." Now it's solely up to you to want to indulge in conversation after that, or take that information however you please and do what you decide to. But I never want any of my friends to not uh, be checked on. I don't want them to ever have a period of time where they feel like someone didn't care about them. Um, Even if it's just we could share information, if I could just say, "Hey, man, it's gonna be all right," or someone could just tell me, "Hey, it's gonna be all right. Hope you're doing well." Hope you're doing well goes a long way. Hope all is well. Like that's just to, you know, say, I hope everything is good. Some people elaborate, some people don't elaborate on their well-being. Some people may say they're good. Man, I'm straight. I'm cool, bro. I'm straight. Um, some people may not say nothing at all. Um, the triggers for me though, when people say, uh, taking it a day at a time, to me, that's triggering. Why are you taking it just a day at a time? Life should be flowing abundantly for you. Some people give answers really based off of their true feelings, and you have to be aware of the words that you commit to verbalizing. They're going to mean something out into, you know, the universe, the world, the energy sphere. Like they're going to mean something, and they're going to take effect however you say them. So I make sure that I always check on people because I want to put that energy out there. So when I say I hope all is well, I'm literally hoping all is well. And if nothing is well, I would expect for you to tell me that. Now you don't have to tell me your business. You could really hit me with a, "Hey, I'm going through something, but I'm grateful that you shared those kind words with me." Um, then I'll hit you maybe with, "I hope you get through it. I'm gonna pray for you. If you need me, contact me." You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're not forcing yourself on someone. You're not inserting yourself in their business. You're not acting like you're a fucking guru or like you know everything. I think the world has been confused by people who say they're quote unquote gurus, like these self-help dudes who fuck around and not really be self-help dudes. They really turn out to be despicable people. And I think the world has been manipulated by that and assume that everyone is trying to be this fucking self-help guru. And it's like, no, like really, like you're a person. And I know that as people, we go through shit. So I'm just checking on you. If you don't desire for me to check on you, I won't. Um, but if you are going through something and the inevitable happens, I don't want to feel guilty like I should have been there to check on you. So I always check on my friends. I wish that more of my friends and just people who I've came across just would check on me. But it's not like that, and I'm comfortable being a friend that checks on everyone. Um, that's my role in the universe, I guess. I think that's the skill that God gave me, so I use it to the best of my ability. And I use it to spread positivity. What's the purpose of spreading fucking negative vibes to people, right? So I always check on my friends, man. I always try my best to have intellectual conversation with my friends as well, to see where they're at in their space in life. um I feel like, especially as men, I don't ever want to speak for like women because I'm not a woman. I'd rather hear a woman's point of view. So but especially as a man, whether you black or white, we're taught that we have to have masculinity at all times. We can't display vulnerability. We can't display um weakness or sadness because uh it makes us a lack of a man, for lack of a better term. Um and that's totally unreasonable and a lie, a flat out lie. We should have very tough conversations with each other as men. Uh, whether it moves you to tears or whether it moves you to excitement, we can't just stay on fucking sports and Call of Duty. Um, outside of that, you're going through something that can possibly depress you, propel you, um, or keep you stagnant in a situation that you're in. So if we just only talking about Call of Duty and the types of guns that you got on Call of Duty, that's as far as our abilities are gonna go. So we must have those tough conversations, ask those tough questions, relationships, life, work, uh, uh, theories on life. If you got conspiracies, you want to know what the people around you believe. Why are we friends? Like, why is it that we share our time and space together? Um, what is it that we enjoy about each other? And I think a lot of people don't share those types of conversations because it comes off maybe too deep. I don't know, like I'm not a person, I can't distinguish between uh deep conversation. Like I don't know what's deep for a person. I just talk freely. Like um I've been told by on occasions by friends like it's not a therapy session. I'd be like to me it's like, oh, like okay. I just talk freely. Like no conversation is off limits to me. Um like I don't have an opinion on much either. Like I just really care to listen and learn. Um, I really just have theories and philosophies on shit, but I don't this is just what I think. I don't think that everything I say is truth. I do speak truth when truth is needed, but I do share a lot of theories and ideas that I have about certain things instead of forcing my opinion because we all have different perspectives and ideas where we may differ. So I want to hear what other people think. I just love picking people's brain. That's how I get random wisdom. Um, so I check on my friends and I ask questions. I make sure that they're in a right mental space or could, and I ask them to ask me questions or have concerns or have conversation about my mental space or my well-being because it's something that is needed in society. We're all in this experience together. We are no different from each other. Um, we all have the same color blood, to my knowledge. Um, we all, rather what gender, have feelings, emotions, concerns, worries. We all share the same, uh, you know, experience, but in different ways. We're living a human experience, but we're all experiencing it in different ways. So I'm interested in how how people's minds are shaped and why they think this way. I'm not going to force my opinion on someone and say, "Well, you should do this or you should do that." It's like, well, off of my experience, this what I learned. If I don't have experience on that, I, you know, I'm just learning at that point. I'm just pretty much just learning something at that point if I don't have experience on it. And I'm learning even if I do have experience on it, but if I don't have experience on it, I won't say anything on the topic. I would just listen to a person that does and, you know, decide what I think about that. I'm not like a fucking guru or something like I have all the answers. Like I know enough to know I know nothing at all. So I'm really interested in knowing about my friends, checking on them, and being the best friend as possible. Like, I don't have like one best friend. All my friends are my best friends. Like, I don't cherish one more than other. Like, they all mean the world to me. If we've crossed paths and we've broke bread together, I met your family, I met your kids, we've spent time together, or whether we made money together, I look at you as a best friend. And I would expect you to look at me as the same. Like, um, I don't know. I don't think friend contributions should come with nothing more than loyalty, and respect. Loyalty and respect. Those go hand in hand. I think any friendship could last as long as possible with loyalty and respect. Um, the loyalty is just being there, just um, keeping your word as a friend. To me, I look at the word friend and love. Those two words are endless. Those words are endless. Like, they have a definition, but the definition doesn't even explain the magnitude of the words. So if you're my friend, I love you. So this is infinite for me. Like, this is forever, you know, forever, ever, forever, ever. Like, this is forever. Um, so yeah, loyalty and respect. And the respect is just respecting their boundaries, respecting their ideas, respecting their mind. As we say in New Orleans, respect my mind. You hear me? Like, you ain't got to agree with me, but respect my mind. You hear me? So respecting their mind and just respecting their thoughts and ideas, and not judging them based off of what their ideas are, but finding ways that we can both coexist and help each other shift ideas if they need to be shifted, or enhance ideas if they need to be enhanced. So being there for your friends is very important. We see that um, suicide rates have gone up tremendously after social media. Um, a lot of people are dealing with things that they're not talking about. A lot of people are going through the motions of comparing themselves on social media to others, not understanding that some of the things they may be comparing themselves to may be fake, or they may be real. And this person has been putting in work for a long ass time and they finally got their break. Um, Social media has been causing so much depression. And it's not just social media. It's not like you open up the app and you encounter depression. It's all based on your algorithm and what you choose to see. Um, so you have to be mindful of what you're watching, consuming, because it can affect you in ways that you didn't think of. So that's why I always check on my friends. Let's figure out where we're at. um what you got going on, what you been thinking. Hey, you thought about starting a business? You could get some more money like that. We could break bread. Hey, you don't want to be an entrepreneur? So what's our goals? How could I help you? How can I assist you in um you know furthering yourself? um I'm open to helping all my friends for free. They could pay me. I'm not gonna turn down the money. But like, uh, yeah, like I'm just interested in just helping my friends. That's what we are here for, to advance each other. Like I said in the AI portion, we have authentic intelligence. Why not use it to advance each other? I want to see humanity advance to a point where we use each other for resources to create, for lack of a better term, a utopia. Um, so I check on my friends. So I encourage, if you hear my voice, if you've gotten this far, check on your friends. Do it today. Do it today. What you waiting on? Check on your friend. And you could just say, I don't know. Hey, how you doing? Hope all is well. Just checking on you today. Man, that go a long way. You don't know how much people cherish that when you do that. To the people that do that and the people that are the friends that check on people, thank you. Um, I know for being the friend that checks on people, you rarely get people to check on you. But when they do, cherish that because that's not in everyone. You've been instilled with a tall task to, check on people. What is the saying? To whom much is given, much is required. So you out there doing the work. Um, Keep on doing the work and checking on your friends. Keep on being there for your friends. Keep on being a real nigga, a real bitch, or authentic nigga, or authentic bitch. You know what I'm saying? Keep on being a real stand-up human. Keep standing on business. Keep your word, keep your honor, keep your integrity, keep your soul. But most importantly, check on them people that's around you, man. For real. So that's our topics today. Artificial intelligence versus authentic intelligence, and check on your friends. When y'all hear this, I want y'all to engage with me. Tell me what y'all think about both of those topics. Tell me, what's your thoughts on AI? Um, the basketball player too. Like, tell me what's your thoughts on that AI too, because really that's the only AI I was acknowledging for a while. But when I saw the damage that AI could do when I downloaded Chat GPT and made a whole resume, I was like, oh, I can't just acknowledge the answer. I gotta acknowledge the artificial intelligence as well. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me if y'all checking on y'all friends. After y'all hear this episode, y'all better tell me that y'all took that y'all had checked on y'all friends. I want to hear that. That is self-growth. That's self-inventory. So after y'all hear this episode, you better tell me that you went checked on your friend. We got that commitment? All right, cool. So we gonna move on to the moral of the story. So the moral of the story is where I just share some random shit with you. I kind of sum up what we talked about, and I just share some randomness with you. But um, the moral of the story today is enlighten yourself and watch more shit to enlighten yourself. Consume some more knowledge. Consume some more knowledge. Don't be afraid of knowledge. Knowledge is stronger than belief. Knowledge is stronger than belief. I actually learned that from the Book of Clarence, and that's if you haven't seen that movie, it's a very interesting movie. I don't want to break down the movie to you, but I would say that it's loosely based off of a guy who was in the Nation of Islam, Clarence 13X, who's a founder of the 5% Nation, the Gods and the Earths, which I actually take some of that doctrine and like that is instilled in my um, understanding of life. No pun intended, because they have um, supreme mathematics and numerology that fits into daily life. So numbers actually mean something on a word level. So I actually take that. That's actually where wisdom comes from. Is actually from the doctrine with the supreme mathematics, um or the daily math is what they call it. But yeah, so consume more knowledge, man. Consume more knowledge. Check out the Book of Clarence if you had a chance to, because it says knowledge is more important than belief, or knowledge is stronger than belief, and I do stand by that. But today's moral of the story is cartoons are very interesting in my adult age. Yeah, cartoons are like super interesting in my adult days. Now that I'm aware of shit and I see what's going on, I've started to lean more towards animation more so than real life. Because when you turn on the TV, a lot of times, um, depending on what's shown or what you typed in your algorithm, you may see a lot of mess. I consume a lot of YouTube, watch a lot of interviews, Joe Rogan and shit like that, maybe Joe Budden, a lot of hip hop shit. Shit, I watch battle bots and shit like that. But outside of that, just a lot of that has gotten me into animation. So I watch a lot of cartoons right now. A friend of mine put me on cartoon on Netflix called The F is for Family. My fiance put me on an cartoon called Inside Job where they talk about conspiracies. I've been watching this this cartoon on HBO Max called Royal Crackers, where but yeah, it's definitely about what it sounds like. It's about a white family, and they have a cracker business, and they have the greatest cracker business in the world. They like the Walmart of crackers. That's funny as hell. But the show is funny as hell. One of the young family members, he's in the band, and well, he was in the band, and the band was like a prominent band at some point, and now they fell from grace. And like he's still trying to figure out, how to get back to the top, but it's just not working. His family think he's stupid as fuck. He should focus on the cracker business. But he just fucking off the business. Like he just fucking up the business entirely. Like he doing all type of stupid shit. Uh just all types of just spending all types of wild money. Just focus on the wrong shit instead of building the business. They have a dead grandfather that they he's in a wheelchair, like he's like in a coma or some shit. Like he's like dead, but he's not. Like sometimes they may say some shit and he wakes up, and it's a funny, interesting show. And the dad is pussy. Like the dad is straight up pussy. Like he don't have no nuts. Like he just like, well, whatever my wife says. But it's an interesting show, man. It's and surprisingly, like it's not racist. Like I would expect it to be like racist, but it is really not racist or anything. It's a real good show. It's just called Royal Crackers, and I love when people use self humor. I like that. Like I like when people poke fun at themselves. Poking fun at yourself is a form of great personality. I like that. Like I like people who make fun of themselves and don't take themselves too seriously. And that's kind of what the show is. Um, but yeah, I've been into a lot of cartoons. Always the Boondocks. We don't have to, go down the wormhole of the Boondocks. We know what the Boondocks do. I've been consuming so many cartoons, man. I mean, even older cartoons. Like as I speak, I put it on YouTube and put on a mix of cartoons from the '70s all the way up to the 2000s. So right now, it's showing the Jetsons. It literally started off showing the Flintstones. So you just see the wide range of shit. They live in dinosaur life. The Jetsons are in the future. So cartoons show you a lot. They actually put a lot of truth in cartoons. I mean, look at The Simpsons. Some people say The Simpsons has to be within a simulation. Like they know they're predicting the future, or it's a simulation. They already know what's going to happen. Uh, I don't know, but I just see shit that's happening on The Simpsons, and it happens in real life, and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. I just take it with a grain of salt, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, some of these episodes have came out like years before the actual event even happened, so that's kind of freaky. But I just kind of take it with a grain of salt. I just take it for entertainment. Sometime, I mean, sometime, but I do believe some of the theories that people say though, um, like assimilation and shit like that. That's very possible. I don't think it's 100% factual, but it's very possible. Like we might be in somebody's brain. Like we might just be a thought in somebody's fucking brain. Who knows? But yeah. So I've been consuming cartoons, man. I love animation. I like stock animation. I like regular animation. Um, I like all types of animation, especially in my adult age. Do a lot of psychedelics and like weed and shit. So I'm high, experiencing life on a spiritual level a lot. So I like to connect with animation. Animation is pretty cool when you're at one with the earth's herbs, I would say. I don't like to call it drugs because I don't think it's drugs. It's more spiritual than it is recreational. So I experienced a lot of, like psychedelics and like weed and shit like that. And I like to watch cartoons while I'm on the shit, man. So recommend some cartoons to me, man. Recommend some cartoons. I fuck with cartoons. Um Put me on some new shit. I'm open to any cartoon. If I don't like it, I'm just not gonna watch the shit. If it don't fit where I'm going, like some people like the Cleveland show. I never could really get with it. They got a new Good Times TV show out, cartoon. I don't think I'm gonna fuck with that. I don't fuck with the old Good Time. I don't fuck with no Dynamite. Like that's like jigaboo type shit, like shucking and jiving. Like I don't fuck with the shucking and jiving shit. Like I don't think that's like making fun of yourself. That's like making fun of culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think you can make fun of yourself without making a mockery of yourself or being on some jigaboo uh minstrel show type shit. So, but yeah, introduce me to some cartoons, man. Come in the comments and tell me about some cartoons that y'all fucking with. So that's been the moral of the story. The last thing we're gonna get into is the random wisdom, and we're gonna close out the show. And I'm gonna do my best to keep this short. So shit, we've been here for about an hour now, so I'm gonna do my best to keep this short. But we gotta get together as a community and watch the Bobby Brown and Ja Rule video. Bobby Brown and Ja Rule got a song where they say, and I know you're getting more. Bobby Brown jumps off a helicopter on top of a building. You know, soon as you see this, Bobby Brown is on some substance. Wherever Bobby Brown is at right now, I pray Bobby Brown is blessed and I pray he's beating the addiction or whatever it was that he was on or was doing at the time. But Bobby Brown was high as a fucking kite dancing. This nigga was so high. And you could just tell the way he was moving that he was fucking loaded. Like he was just like crazy with it. Like Bobby Brown was high as fuck in the video with Ja Rule. Um, it's been circulating on Twitter. I actually seen this live and living cut. I'm at that age where I seen the shit when it first came out. But it's been circulating on Twitter, going viral. And it's just a funny ass video. Like it's a great song. The song is called Thug Lovin'. And man, it came out at a time where it was like where rap, this was the cocaine rap era. Like Young Jeezy had just came out. Young Jeezy got a fire song with Bobby Brown on the hook too. But and I think that shit might be called Last of a Dying Breed or some shit like that. But Ja Rule and Bobby Brown, man, this video is so funny. Like, and Bobby Brown, fresh as fuck on that. He got on like if I could remember correctly, like a Falcons jersey, I think like a Dion jersey or some shit like that. He fresh as fuck with big ass clothes on, but he high as fuck. He got the Bobby Brown lockjaw going on with his mouth and shit. Like you could tell like he had just, probably snorted a half a kilo. And he just dancing and shit. Like he wasn't like he was gyrating and shit. Like, he was like Bobby Brown of the past from Prerogative, but in the older person version, and it's funny as fuck. So if you ever come across this video, repost that shit. Everybody need to see that. That shit need to be passed down for generations. That is some funny shit. That is some funny shit. Shout out to Bobby Brown wherever he at. Rest in peace, Whitney. Um, Rest in peace to the daughter who passed away. I don't want to say the wrong name. But rest in peace to the daughter. Bobby Brown had like a tumultuous life. So I wish Bobby Brown nothing but the best. Every day I wake up, I hope Bobby Brown wake up too. Bobby Brown, you the fucking man. I hope I could speak with you one day because you the fucking man. Like, you've conquered a lot. Like, you like when they say a real nigga, like, you like a real nigga. Like, you've been through a fucking lot, and you still here and like still smiling and still doing good. That's some beautiful shit, man. Like, Bobby Brown and Mike Tyson are two niggas that like seen it all and then like blossom into something like you like, damn, like I didn't even see that happening. So shout out to Bobby Brown, man. Shit, shout out to Mike Tyson too. Another person that I really look up to. Um, but yeah, man, that's been Random Wisdom, man. I am your host, Ashton, like Tunes, whatever you want to call me, I'm fine with that. This has been another episode of Random Wisdom. I pray that today's message reach you. I pray that you reach back to me and give me some knowledge if I misspoke on anything. Um, I pray that you receive every blessing that you've ever asked for. I pray that you have a great day today. If your day is just starting, if your day has just ended, I hope you had a great day. I hope you received a blessing that you wanted, something that you prayed for. I hope you figured out that you are great today. I hope you figured out that you are beautiful. I hope that you figured out that you are kind, and I hope that you were treated well today. This has been another episode of Random Wisdom. I am your host, Tunes. Fuck it. I'm out.